Here is a challenger from KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, Thabiso "The Rock" Mchunu, WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Oleksandr Usyk.
Okay, gentlemen, I give you instruction in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Turn to your corner and wait the bell. Good luck.
Usik is a gold medalist, outstanding, dominant international amateur, and now a dominant champion.
To a certain degree in the past as a puncher's division, Usyk does have
about going up to the heavyweight division, knows that he has a very crafty guy in front.
regarded as having real knockout power.
Usyk is such a talent that he can dominate this division and move up in short order and join this.
Before the opening bell, when asked about his fighting style,
Good hook, has gotten a little respect early from Usyk. They can reach him, and he can't reach them, but it's not like that's really not the time. Back up and think that he was out of range, but Mchunu still landed.
they try to deal with Levi Martinez, who was simply
Cruiserweight, Terry Norris's older brother.
What I like about Usyk is that he's so smart until it's going to definitely land. He's not throwing a left hand this round.
remarkable.
A guy who he thinks a lot of, thinks very highly. Who else could you credit?
Amazing. You know, there's a history in boxing of really good, super talented, even all-time great fighters, dating back to Jack Dempsey's struggle. Why Bashir was a little hesitant about this.
First of all, he's going to let him use his patience. I use my patience. True, but what it was that he was a counterpuncher just as I was. I was the champion, so why should I go give him different than this case?
Montel Griffin, a silver medalist, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. And when you find a short guy that can counterpunch,
hasn't unleashed the left hand much at all. And a couple of times upstairs, there's a good straight. Cup's done more damage early than Usyk has been able to do.
Yes, he had eyes, but Usyk's just trying different things, trying to set up a big shot, seeking to hurt Mchunu, getting some respect.
Usyk was the underdog when he went to Poland this summer to take on Krzysztof Lewaczki for the cruiserweight crown. Quite possibly the most entertaining fighter in boxing at this moment.
He's definitely
more population, better sparring partners, a chance to improve ever since. On total punches landed through the first couple of...
You never know when he's going to counter. You think you're out of range and you're not. He's not showing Usyk anything.
Makes it hard because when he leads, he's missing and he's out in front. Open to counters.
When you're that tall, you have to use that jab and keep your distance. He's not a fighter.
There's something about the rhythm, or lack of same, in Africans' timing's off, Roy.
Or when he's going to take the lead on you. And right there, Usyk thought he had a left hand behind it.
And wound up getting hit on the cheek.
That Mchunu throws that may be carrying the fight so far. Of the world have their own styles and rhythms to their style. Eastern European has a kind of rhythm that throws off a lot of American fighters.
This is not typical South African, I don't think.
That's right.
This kid is a real good boxer. He's a cute boxer. You don't really see that from South Africa. Usually we see guys who come to war from South Africa. I mean, he's very difficult to hit. He's different.
I think also that the world is looking at styles or pollination from country to country, and fighters train all over the world as well.
I agree, Max. On this right hook, constantly landing, giving Usyk problems. There's one, there's another one. Never no real power on it, but just enough, just right, the right jab right there. The right jab again. Just enough of the right hand to cause problems. The right jab a third time. A short right jab on the...
Or a bazooka like Quartet.
No, it's a short jab that he...
How did you score the first 3 rounds?
Okay, Jim, I got to tell Mchunu was the only good 3. I thought Usyk opened up. He sort of, got the idea of how Mchunu fights, and he started throwing his left hand. And 2 rounds to 1, Thabiso Mchunu.
And around 4.
Yeah, Jim, but the thing you don't like about it is that right now, it looks like his hardest punch is his left, right jab. And that's not a good thing, because there you go, that go a good shot. Now he's throwing a good left hand, because he needs to get
In a way, one of the things that Usyk talked about going into this fight, he said he likes to play. He is a fighter who thrives on...
He's dead serious. He's going to like that. He's going to be right on top of things. Now, Usyk thinking that you'll be laying down.
In the first couple of rounds, Usyk was thrown off enough by Mchunu's timing that he wasn't even really trying to count him, most particularly in the last minute. He's been countering freely and stormed you over the top there.
Yes, just landed a really good
Catch him coming in, and Mchunu's head just wasn't there.
Oh, good shot by Mchunu. Good counter left. That's what I mean, opportunity to play much.
I thought Usyk may have parried it with his shoulder.
And we remind you while we watch the first of our two preliminary bouts, the focus of the evening is on Bernard. Then in May of 1993, he got the call to face Roy Jones for a vacant middleweight title. Though he lost that fight, that night would prove the first of many landmark moments in RFK Stadium in Washington in 1993. And then, Roy, the two of you fought.
It wasn't. It was the same thing as usual as my hand speed. My hand speed and my knowledge of the game. Out and had a lot of experience, but my knowledge was but at the same time when he got out, he was beating a lot of guys. I was kind of knowing that we were on the same level, except
more adept at finding the target against Mchunu.
Yeah. Figured something out in the last round. It looks like that he's employing here. Back foot. Let me get inside a little bit.
Yeah, this is something new. Usyk much more comfortable.
Big shots, and if Mchunu throws a big right overhand shot to catch a taller southpaw with him.
Mchunu's a good to the kind of, these are the rounds where the class generally starts to tell, the middle of the fight.
Usyk about to triple landed power shots here.
Yeah, Usyk waking up now. Good shot by Usyk.
Need for a big man on that 1-2. Getting to be a much easier fight now for Oleksandr Usyk as we complete round 5.
With it behind the jab, behind a good left jab, then a good short double followed by a great straight left over the top. That's what he's been trying to find. Then followed by a right hook.
Shift in momentum in the fight, and why there's so much enthusiasm about Oleksandr Usyk.
One of the things, it's a mixed bag with Usyk's left hand to me. Because of that, I don't see him really ever throw it straight from the shoulder, Roy, and really get his...
He's going to land it, then he turns it over like that. Meanwhile, he's like Lomachenko. They go at a good 80 until they find that, or a 90-mile-an-hour pitch until they find the opening, like that. Say, because of a great trainer.
Has been his trainer since the beginning of his pro career. Is no slouch.
No, not at all.
I mean, 6'2+ guy, southpaw. That's impressive.
He just turned the mustard on one of those left hands again, too, Max.
Yep.
Like that right there. Yeah.
He's suddenly putting a lot of distance. And the guy we were looking at in the first couple of rounds. With an unimpeded left counter shot, but that's all right. Usyk is in charge.
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Be getting worn down here now as Usyk is throwing freely.
Yes, he let
in round 6.
He let Usyk go around him too much. Let Usyk land too many big shots in this round early. So now
Mchunu can handle himself though, like he's still.
Mchunu gets in a couple of strong.
Speaking about the uppercut in the corner, that left uppercut right there is what really caused the knockdown. The left hand was to the back of the head. That didn't do any damage. Ali asked for early. He asked for the opposite uppercut, but that left uppercut landed instead of the right. And
taking over this fight. Jim, watch the movement Usyk gives you.
tap speed, but he throws the big ones with big speed.
At the top, but the answer for me with Usik is yes, absolutely. If you will like
switching directions and shifting gears the way he does. And fight.
Those good pity pat punches until it's time to throw the big one.
Guy much more awkward than Mchunu. And Usyk has already scored 2 knockdowns, better in each progressive round.
And the difference is very demonstrably trying to land 1 punch at a time. And Usyk...
Oh, Jim.
I said 2 knockdowns. 1 was ruled a slip.
No punching ball.
No, you could.
Okay, thanks.
What a hurt this guy. He's put his best on you.
Olympic gold medalist Oleksandr Usyk trunks against Thabiso. Since that time, Usyk has been... There's something playful.
Pep speed punches. I like that.
Chief.
Yeah.
Now is the left across the top. Usyk landing punches in bunches once again.
Say, what are you doing?
This was my moment to put on a show. And you hit me.
Beautiful boxing that Usyk is doing. And it's hard against a guy like Mchunu, but Cito can change speed with his punches. Got to, and with that cut being up over his navel, there's not much room there to throw.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
A good low round left to the back. Tried to throw another nigga hit with a beautiful right hook right there. A little open hand.
I love the look on his face.
He said, well done.
The nerve of you. This is my show.
Usyk's a guy hard to be that kind of showman against an awkward guy.
And before you have to Google Ali's birthday, it's January 17th.
A day after mine, some of the best.
Usyk doing some good body work in this round.
Yes, he is. Right down the middle. I love it.
Capricorn is the star fighter's astrological sign.
Well, of course, Jim. I mean, come on. If you're a Capricorn, I mean, if we celebrate, it doesn't get any better than that.
And Usyk, a Capricorn in this fight, has knocked Mchunu down for the second time. So there's the second official knockdown, and
He had him surrounded, and Mchunu said, let me get down here before I land the punch.
good counter shot by Mchunu.
Another good shot.
He has it.
Oh, good shot. Oh,
Usyk
good
lands
shot.
a big left over the top.
Oh, good body shot by Mchunu. Now a real fight is breaking out, Jim.
Listen, good
Mchunu
exchange.
has done his best fighting of the fight in the last 20 or 30 seconds.
Oh,
After
yeah.
going down for the second time, and there's the third knockdown. And now, Moret is going to stop the fight.
That does it.
So Oleksandr Usyk has a TKO victory over Thabiso Mchunu.
A very impressive performance by Usyk against a guy who wasn't cooperating, who stayed trying to win, who's not easy to hit, with a very awkward rhythm. Most fighters don't look that good against a guy like that.
And Usyk shows sportsmanship, going over to check on Mchunu. And
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 1 minute, 53 seconds, round number 9. Referee Dr. Lou Moret puts a halt to the bout. Your winner by KO victory. He is still undefeated.